Well, here we are, part 2. I've eaten my dinner and it was lovely, thank you very much. Right, now we are back onto guinea pig. Right, so let's see. Oh, for God's sakes, I've done it. Kristen, help me. Spilt the drills already. I do love that little hoover. Perfect. I can. Oh look, I've got a drill cork. I can have it with or without the nozzle. Oh, I tried to flick him over my shoulder like you do with salt. No wonder this place is a mess. Right, put him back in. Right. Oh God. I do love crispy pork, you know, sirloin thingamajigs. No, not sirloin. I don't know. What do they call them? Steak things. There's no bone in them, so they're not really chops. Can't remember what they called them. Because basically I got a big box of 6, I think it was, because they were on special. So I had to basically be used up. So what I tend to do with those is I get them, I rebag them into sort of, you know, into patches of 2, and then I freeze them, and then I'm not having to defrost all of them just to get 1 or 2 steaks out. So I got 2 out, not because I was going to eat 2 really, or maybe I was, but I was going to chop them up and do a rice dish with them. But of course, you know, I got too bloody hungry, didn't I? So you reach for anything that's quick. Yes. And now I'm stuffed. And the cat has eaten some food. I sent her out. After I massaged her stomach earlier, because she's well constipated, I massaged it, and then I kicked her out. And it was so funny because she was just staring at me. I said, and I pointed to go over there, and she literally stopped, looked where I was pointing, and then looked back at me and proceeded to go the opposite direction. I thought, she knows, little bugger. She's doing it because I pissed her off, because I tried to sort of, you know, check her tummy, and obviously she would be pissed off because, you know, she's in pain, isn't she? But yeah, so I tried the tuna trick. She only gets tuna in what's it called, spring water when I get to it, if I can, because which is just as well really, because I think, well, you know, she's got a bit of liquid in there and that's what she really needs. And I've been putting down half a pouch at a time now of her food, because when she came back in, she only just came back in, when she came back in, she jumped on the windowsill. I went and felt her tummy. Excuse me. And it wasn't as hard as it was, thank God. It was rock hard earlier. So what I tend to do is I tend to try and hold my hands on her belly, you know, just loosely, and the heat from my hands sort of goes up, and it does get quite hot, my hand, when it does like that, when I'm, you know, concentrating. And so that usually eases her a bit, but it was really bad this time. But well, when she came back in, it was a little bit soft. I don't know whether she went or whether it was just the moving around that has caused everything to sort of, you know, rejig. But well, I've just given her half a pouch of cat food, so I'm just going to give her half a pouch, and I've mixed into it a little bit of olive oil, because apparently that is very good for helping to loosen the you know, the poop inside her. Because she's an outdoor cat, I can't tell, you know, has she pooped, hasn't she pooped? I just know that she gets bad constipation, because when she was younger, she was very badly treated by some other people, some kids, and they basically kicked 10 tons of crap out of her, tried to set her fire, I think, and all kinds of things. And I just hope those poor excuses of a human being get their comeuppance. But and she had to have sort of pretty extensive bowel surgery, so you know, she's lucky she's still got all her innards, but there's probably scar tissue, and it's, well, it just means she gets stressed out a lot, and also she gets constipated a lot. So yeah, I no longer call the vets up for too much, because you know, they charge you 50 quid before even seeing the cat, and then they turn away and say, oh yeah, here, we'll give you these expensive, you know, basically laxatives, and oh yes, she'll need a course of this and she'll need a course of that, and here, we'll give her some other things, and before you know it, your bill is like, you know, 500 quid, and you're trying to figure out what and where am I going to get the money to pay for that. So obviously she will go to the vet if she, you know, if she desperately needs it. I'm not, you know, I won't do that to her, but I know what it is. Well, so I'm hoping that this olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, works. It's supposed to be a go-to that some people use, and was it I can't remember who said it on Craftish Kristen's Facebook page. They said Miralax. I keep confusing it with Miramax, and I keep thinking, I don't think she really wants to go to the cinema, no matter how, you know. Yeah, so but you can't find it over here. But apparently you can give her Laxido and Lactulose. Well, and I have those in the cupboard. Oh dear, do I have those in the cupboard? And but I don't think she'll fancy orange flavoured. But when I need it, I don't fancy plain flavoured. Because you can get this stuff which is like Miralax that goes up the arse. Excuse my French. But, you know, anything to do with her butt, she ain't gonna. So it's like, no. So we'll try this little bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. We'll see how it goes. Don't give her much. I give her about, what, 1/4 teaspoon. And I only give her a little bit of food. I give her, let's say, half a pouch, just until her stomach's up to par again. It doesn't become all horrible and looks horrible in her bowl. And when she has it, the bowl just gets straight away taken up and washed out. Oh, look, there's another one of those. What did I do with that? It was there. And yeah, so it's poor little thing. You right, Dizzy? You all right? Hey? Oh, baby, are you all right, darling? Oh, you scratch your whatever scratch post. Hey? Oh, you want some more, do you? Well, I'm going little and often, mate. Oh, don't tell me I picked that bag up thinking it was freaking empty and I binned it. Right, hold on. Oh well, if I have, I have. Time to get you another one, and if I find it, come on then, Desi, Desi. Oh, oh dear. I'm supposed to be. This is real life, folks. When the cat calls, you drop everything. You only get me a little bit more. That's it. Right, there you go. Come on. Hey? Come on, eat up. Mummy's watching you. How are your tummy? Oh, it's gone down a lot. Good girl. Now, keep going. Go on. Aww. When she demands attention, I've got to give it to her. Especially when she's like this. Come on, eat up. Tomorrow I'll get you some other cat food, okay? We alternate. But until the meantime, that's what you got. Good girl. Yeah. Now eat slowly so you don't get all backed up again. Ugh. So what did you do today on Mother's Day? Well, talked a lot about cat poo. But I am her mother, so I suppose I've got to. Right. Oh, what's that? Don't want that. Oh dear, I am so warm. I think my fan needs some cleaning off again. Because when the blades sort of get all dusty and whatever, it doesn't cut through the air as crisply, and so the air that it shoves into your face is warm or warmish, whereas I want it when it's colder. Oh, look, there's another one. Good God, finding them everywhere, aren't I? Right. God, they seem to be going on forever. But well, if I look on the bright side, this is a small one, and I will be kitting down at some point. So when it gets to, when this one's done, or the first one gets done, then I shall kit it down. And then I will spin the wheel and I will kit up another, I think. Or how will I do it? I will, when one's done, then I will take one that's already kitted up, add that to my wheel to be worked on, and then I will add another to kit up. Or something like that. It all worked well in my head the other day. Oh my God. What was I doing? I couldn't sleep till about 5 o'clock this morning. I think it was about 5. I think it was a little after 5 actually. Yeah. And you get into that thing of flipping internet. Oh, I'll just watch this one. This one's only 10 minutes. It's, oh, just this one. Well, yeah. And then I'll round it off up till 3 o'clock. Oh, well, you know. Oh, well, I've just got to watch this because tomorrow the choices will have changed. And I won't be able to see it. And I really have to, must watch it then and there. So, God knows. And before you know it, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning. And you're only just turning over to go to sleep. It's pretty crap really, because considering what I tend to do at night time is I try and find something which will be on for at least an hour and a bit to listen to, so I can go off to sleep listening to it. But sadly, I start listening and then I can't not listen, and I think, oh, this is a good one, I can't you know, go to sleep just yet, I've got to listen to this. And before you know it, that hour-long flipping story that you've been listening to has finished. Now you're either A, disappointed because it didn't go your way, or you realise that you've now got to find another one, and it's already 4 o'clock in the morning. But well, why am I chasing these very few? Why don't I just put a load more in? And why am I doing them one at a flipping time, when I'm sure I redid this not so long ago and it should be right? Yes. I need 3s. 3, 3, 3. And that is 3. Then I want a lot. Not enough, but well, yes. Oh God, I feel like I want to go upstairs and put my air conditioning on, which is ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to go and check out Yorkshire Trading tomorrow when I go uptown, because I'm pretty certain they do muslin or calico. Muslin, I think. And I want to get some. I've ordered some off of eBay or Amazon or whatever, and just to see, because, well, if it's not the right sort, then I can always send it back. And yeah, so I'm going to check it out, because I've been doing some needle punching, and I've been needle punching through some very thin sort of muslin sort of fabric, and it's quite thin, and it's cheap, very cheap. Well, considering Munt's cloth is something like 17 quid for a metre, it's cheap. And so I thought, right, I'll go up to Yorkshire Trading, and I've got bits of calico which I've yet to try out, especially with this new punch. Didn't quite work with the other punch, but this new needle punch, the Lavore one I've got, that one worked with the muslin really nicely. And yeah, so I'm hoping if that will work with the calico, which is obviously slightly thicker. Like people say, dust sheets, you know, the fabric dust sheets, you know, pretty good to use as well, and cheapish. Well, I've got loads of bits of old calico from when I had the fabric shop, so I'm going to just you know, cut, you know, use those, even if it means I have to use one of those small hoops to do them, I'll do them. But yeah, I did a lovely one. I don't know if it's on here. Where is it? Well, that's one of them, but you've seen that one. My very naff, dirty looking cactus. Oh, and the other one isn't there. Oh, poo lumps. Right, let's just go, because it'd be on... on this one. And... oh. I'm getting sidetracked. Oh my God, am I getting sidetracked? Whoa. Sorry, bit of Shazam. Oh. Where is it? Oh, why didn't I just look on my page? It's probably there. Yes, there it is. There you go. That's what I've done. Look at the smiley face I've started. But this one, my second full attempt, I think that was, and that was using black wool to go round in a swirl around the circle, and then I filled it in with what's it called, variegated wool. I think it's turned out quite nice. I might have to lengthen the length of the loops though, just to make it a little bit more fluffy. But because the Lavore doesn't have a sort of a size, you just slide it up and down. I'm going to have to remember that one and write it down in a book or some sort, you know, to keep note of what lengths work. But yeah, I'm trying to get a bigger punch needle, which will take chunky yarn, but I don't know. I've ordered another one which might work, but well, we will see. Let's face it, if it doesn't work, that's the good thing about Amazon, you can just send it back. But yeah, God, pretty glad till the end of this month, 31st, which is a Sunday, at 2 AM. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the fact that the clocks go forward, but I am looking forward to the fact that it's going to be a lot lighter in the evenings. And that does have to be, you know, that makes you think, oh yeah, we are moving into spring. It's nice seeing some of the flowers coming out, you know, the daffodils. I've had the snowdrops and the crocuses, the daffodils, the blossom in the trees starting. And it all seemed to be starting earlier, I'm thinking. But, so I don't know what that is all about. Yeah. Where did the other one go? Come on, go up in there, you little oik. Thanking you. And Easter will soon be upon us. Means April will soon be upon us. And then it's May. And it's Kitten Up Kittens DIY DP May 24. I think something, it's being called something like the Big Million whatever drill drop or something, but I can't remember, so I should just do the standard DIY DP May 24. That's less wordy and I can easily remember that. and I shall hopefully finish off my big untamed one. I might have to get back onto my Mr. Yay before working out which one else I need to kit up. I do want to get back and kit up, you know, double check that I've got the next one kitted up, and perhaps, you know, my sexy Wangibo. Whoa, I definitely want to start that one, so I might have to look into that. I've still got some drills that I've got to put away actually, haven't I? From the white one, I think. I'll have to check that out before I get so confused. And that'll have to go in the box, not in my tubs, though, because that is Ever Moment. A lot of those are from. Right. Have we got them all? I think we've got them all. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Right, so let's... I think I'm going to do these blushy ones, just because they're bright. Yeah. Oh, 3, 8, 11. Right, here we go. Let's get quite... Oh God, I hate it when it... My pen just sort of slides. That's all right. Then right, get in there. Then we want to do another 2. Yeah. I was thinking I might quite like to do another sort of course, but then I don't know what I would want to do. I mean, I did the Japanese one, and basically I've forgotten the majority of that. I mean, some bits I remember, and it'll probably come back to me if I were to use it. And then I'd quite like to learn the Chinese, but that one seems way more complicated because it's all kanji, and they use a lot of not idioms, or is it idioms, sort of weird things to get their point across, like, you know, the cart horse has broken or something, and that means accident or crash or something. I think it's something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it's all a little bit peculiar. So I don't know whether I'll be much cop at that. But what else could I do? I would like to do creative courses, and I'd also like to do like Procreate, learn more Procreate, and I would like to learn Photoshop. But I don't know how my concentration levels will go on to that. I think that's why I tend to do more creative classes, because my concentration for, you know, remembering things and whatever is, shall we say, not good. So I think I need to find a creative course. But in my hometown, yes, we have a college, but they don't seem to have anything really that I fancy doing. I mean, there's lots more classes in York and in Leeds, but for Leeds, I mean, there's a tufting class, you know, that I'd like to take. It's only a one-off thing, But still quite like to do it, but it's if I bust it up there, it ain't gonna work that well, because classes are usually, you know, later on. I think there was one of those classes in the daytime, but then, you know, I can either bus it or train it, but then I'm going to have to walk, because they don't have disabled access. So I'd have to walk from either the train station, and it's a 7-minute walk, and there's no way I could do that and be in any fit condition to do anything at the end. And, you know, busing it is probably the same, if not worse, actually. So bang goes that idea. York could be good, but then a lot of the classes that I like are just on the outskirts of York, so you know, I probably end up having to take like two buses, and I know one of those buses I wouldn't be able to take my scooter on, even though I've got a pass to go on Arriva buses. I had to go and do some you know, practice runs of getting on and off that bus with my scooter, and I got a pass now, so I can go on those, but I'm not sure. I think I'd probably have to do a pass thing to get on those first buses, and those first buses are slightly different to Arriva buses, and so it'd be, I don't think I'll probably be able to do it. So this is where driving would be better. Not that I would drive in Leeds, no way, because then I'd still have to have that problem of parking. But in York I could possibly just about figure out, especially if it's on the outskirts of York, I could do that. Might take me, you know, might have to set off 2 hours early, but that's what I would do. We will have to see. I suppose if there's a course that I really want to do, then I will just find my way. You know, I'm thinking, like, because we have a craft creative in town, and but the problem is they do some classes, but they are upstairs. I'm putting that there. No, it's not quite. Oh no, that isn't. That's the wrong one. Yeah, they're the other ones. There it is. But they go upstairs. Now the stairs are narrow and they're a little bit windy, but then having said that, I'm used to narrow stairs, because then I can ricochet off the sides of the walls and help propel myself up there. And once I'm up there, then I can just sit and stay, you know. So I'll fight my way up there, even if I have to sit for sort of, you know, 20 minutes to acclimatise before I can do anything. I think our local library should do classes. But well, here. Right, where are we now? Where are we now? Have I done all these? No, I haven't. Just when you think you've done it, you realise you actually haven't. And then halfway through, you forget what symbol, and you think, oh, there's one I've missed. And just as you're about to place it, or you've just placed it, you realise, oh, no, that was the last one. The last colour I did, and I missed that one. No. and then you spend ages trying to pick the blimmin' thing off its wrong square. Am I waffling now? I'm waffling. It's because my head is already thinking ahead on the next sort of 321 things I've got to do. This is why I never finish things. I start things and never finish things. Why am I picking that up? I don't know. So it's yeah, and since I've sort of like thought a bit more about, I possibly have got ADHD or ADD or ASD or whatever it is, I think more about what I do and how I do things and why I do things. Before I just did things and, you know, bump. But now I'm trying to make sense of it. Oh, look, I missed a couple. So you know, for some they say having a diagnosis, you know, it's only a piece of paper, but when it's a label. But for others, it's not just a label or, you know, a bit of paper. It's not quite an answer, but it is kind of an answer. It makes you stop and look at things you do, and because it then makes sense, and you go, ah, right. You're then focused on that bit, and so you then, you know, adapt more to it, you know, into turning that into a positive, you know, and acknowledging it to yourself. So you know, I think on that point, you know, I think it's good for me. All right, we're doing hash. We're doing some hashish, girls. Don't forget the munchies at once. Oh well, still on the list, still waiting. Been 2 years. Apparently I've got about another half a year to go. Apparently. I might phone them up on Monday, actually, and just see. Because actually it's been over 2 years. I think it was 2 years in October. So I better double check that, because then the 6 months will be up. And October, November, December, January, February, March, soon. I have to say, by being tired, it has helped on so many levels, though, in some regards, because the chatter in my head, which used to be a constant radio going off, never shutting up, it'd always be on, you know, switched on, you know, and it would just be going on. I don't know what it was doing, but it just played constantly, you know, either, you know, not voices in my head as such, but it'd be conversations that I'd had, and it was like me working through those conversations and going back over it, and then it'd be my shopping list that I'd be working my way through, and then it'd be, what else do I need? Then it'd be turned off to switched over quickly to Amazon. And then it'd be like, well, what did I want to get on Amazon? What did I want to look up on Amazon? Then I'd have to wake up and go and look on Amazon and do all that and get that. And then I'd put it in my basket and I'd say, I won't get it yet. And then sort of like about an hour or so later, I'm restless and I can't do anything until I've actually got the thing from Amazon, you know, ordered it. And it just goes on and on and on from there. So it's no wonder I'm tired, but in some ways, sometimes being really tired, it tones it down a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. And it's just... But there again, I don't know what it'd be like if I just heard silence, because I've never heard just silence. That's why I find it very hard to relax, because the radio in my head, as I call it, is on constant. It doesn't switch off. I can just turn the volume down occasionally, but it's still there. And then when you add tinnitus on top of that, it's like, oh God. And I'm just tired of it all. Every now and then it just gets a little bit too much. So I've got to do something about it. Because I just love to be able to concentrate, you know, concentrate on one thing and finish that thing. Because I've never had that. I've always flitted from one thing to another. And I won't put it past, when I was a toddler or young baby or whatever it was, my mum dropped me dropped me, and my head hit the hearth, and I think that, and I had to have stitches and stuff, and yeah, it wasn't pleasant. But for like 40 years of my life, 50 years of my life, I was always led to believe that it was I crawled into the corner of a chest of drawers. And funnily enough, I have that chest of drawers upstairs, but it was my dad that pointed out that no, it wasn't. It was a case of that she dropped me. Dropped me. She was having issues at the time, but either way. And then that'll go in line with what I remember hearing outside the window when I was searching for these guinea pigs that had all bred and had all... The main guinea pig had escaped, and we didn't know she was pregnant because we didn't know it was a she. And I was searching for more guinea pigs outside this window, and the window was open, and I could hear this conversation saying she needs to be heard my name mentioned, and then it was she needs to be watched. But I didn't hear the rest of it, and it makes sense now, because for years and years I thought I needed to be watched, and then it was, why do I need to be watched? And then I got so worried and everything else like that, because it was like I knew my brother and sister hated me, and you know, they didn't want anything to do with me, and that was horrible. But you know, it was just, you just sort of think, oh okay. And then I went off on my own a lot. I preferred my own company, so that's kind of like a ADD thing. I can't understand people. I try to. I guess. Sometimes I can guess right, but it is a lucky guess. You know, it's a bit like, you know, whenever anybody asks me a question, you know, like, how are you? I used to just answer how I was. But now I remember and have to take it in, have to really get them through my head to remember to ask them first how they are. You know, I'm okay, fine, whatever, and how are you? You know, and to reciprocate and do that backwards and forwards, because I want to do it. It's not that I'm not interested, it's just I just don't, you know, when it's important, and I would do it, I suppose. But when it's just by the by, I can't see the point. I know it sounds weird, but yeah, so it's so with going for diagnosis, it's, or whatever, and thinking about it more, I'm starting to realise a lot more things that I did and think, whoa. And if I had the help sooner, you can't think like that, but I, you know, it can't help but cross your mind a bit. If I had the help sooner with that, where would I be now? You know, would I be in a relationship? Would I still be with them? Would I be married? Would I be have a good job? You know, would I be living elsewhere? We can't think like that because that isn't the case. But occasionally, every now and then, you do go through those little what ifs. But then having said that, then I automatically go off and think, you know, oh, now if I had that house, oh, let's go and look up houses. It's like, oh, for goodness sakes. Yeah. And then how would I have my craft room? It's just, you go off on another tangent. So now actually I can see why that when I start saying, oh God, you know, Sash to my kids or whatever, oh, I had another dream last night, and they start, oh God, rolling their eyes because they know it's going to be mental, you know. And yes, it usually is. And it's so detailed, and I can remember a lot of it, and then once I've said it, it's gone. You know, well, parts of it is gone. And it's like, what? I hope I'm supposed to be doing V, yeah. I don't know. It's just crazy, as they say. It is fascinating, you know. And I'm kind of like understanding my son in the process more, because he has it. He has ADD, the inattentive type, and it's like, I think I didn't want to acknowledge much of it beforehand, because I was acknowledging that he has been having a hard time with it, and also I was acknowledging the fact that I didn't want to think about it for myself. Don't know why. Probably because I never had time to think about it for myself, because I was always already, you know, caught up in loads of things. But yes, so I'm pretty certain that's going to come back as a yes, but then what to do about it will be another thing. Would they want me on, I don't know, Ritalin or whatever it is, and would I want to go on that kind of stuff? And oh, I don't know. I mean, yes, I could try it, but then with my fibro and my taking of medicines, and some medicines I really, you know, can't get on with, then worried about that. Oh, there's just so much to think about. And I've already got a lot to think about as it is. My head just will think about things regardless. So I'll just let it do its thing, and hope the appointment comes in soon. Hope I'm still in shot. Yes, I am. Just, I've got it on the expanded out view. I could go close up, but then whenever I go close up, I end up missing things, and you just end up with a big picture of my hand, which is, you know, not good. Oh dear. I've got to have a shower tonight, but I have to say I'm not looking forward to it, because the shower, I'm sure it's the thermostat, and that is gone. Because where you usually see the red line, you know, the red window, the window with the red glow behind it because it's on hot, that is looking very, very dark, and you can't hardly see what colour it is. And it starts off boiling hot, then it'll go to freezing cold, then it'll go back up to hot, then it will go to cold, then it will go to freezing cold, then it will go to just right, and then just as you think you're getting used to it and you know you're there, it's boiling hot again, and then it's cold. You know, rinse and repeat, and it's not good when you've got a head full of shampoo and you're there, you know, thinking, oh God, and you're there trying to twiddle with all the dials just to rejig it, hoping it'll have the same effect as Control-Alt-Delete. So I think my shower is knackered basically, so I have to phone up the charity that owns these houses that I rent from or have a license from, and get them to sort that out. But the lady that I usually deal with, she's still on holiday till the 24th of March. So I'd have to speak to the other lady, but the other lady's number is on the sheet of paper that I was given before that lady went on holiday 2 months ago. And yeah, I lost the sheet, and then I found it last week, and now I don't know where it is again, because also I did a tidy up of my bedroom and I probably binned the bloody thing. So yeah, so I don't know what her number is, and for some strange reason in my phone all my contacts that were in there have all disappeared. So I can't get it, and I don't know whether I had her contact in there at any rate, so I don't know. I have to sort out my phones really. I think what I might have to do, if I dare, and that is I might have to reset them all, my iPhone and iPad, back to factory settings and start again. But it will be, I've got to then, you know, copy or something all my passwords and no, not that, you're a V you want, passwords, login IDs, and then go through all that motion again. And then I'd have to download all my photos from the iCloud to another appliance, whatever. Now I really don't know why why Apple did not give you the option to mirror from iPhone to iPad. I really don't. I used to have that playoff thing that I watch on my iPhone, and then I'd switch over to my iPad and it would transfer over, but then that stopped doing it. And then it would be a bit like my photos would transfer over, and they've stopped doing that. And I don't quite know why. Maybe I switched that off, that option for the photos, because of the using up too much of the well no, because that doesn't work, because I didn't want to use up too much of the storage. But then, having said that, why are some photos going over and not others of their own accord? Which I don't get. I really don't get. So basically, I could do with a class on iPad and iPhone. Half me kept thinking, oh, I'd like to get an iMac, you know, a MacBook Pro or something like that. But then I thought, no, I've already got a flipping laptop, and it means I wouldn't use that one, and that's just ridiculous, a waste. I've already got one other laptop that I kept because it's, I mean, it still works. It's still got bits, and it's good for a backup, and also because I can't bear to get shot of it. And also it's got a load of files that I would then have to transfer over and find somewhere to do it, and you know, and all that, and that just seems like too much bloody effort. So I haven't done that, and so I keep it, and I don't particularly want to have another thingamajig. I've already got a Windows PC that's sat upstairs in my bedroom that does nothing, which I ought to go on, move it out and just bring it, you know, possibly downstairs to have down here actually, and then just have my laptop upstairs. And yeah, but we will see. I'd have to reformat that one upstairs, but then if I did that, I'd end up losing my Windows, no, my Word, my Microsoft Office, and that was a pig to bloody well get back on. Because basically I bought the Windows Professional 2013, I think it was. Or it might have been 2016, I don't know. 2013 sounds about right. And that's a one-off purchase. And now, of course, Microsoft just want you to blimmin' pay for their 365 each month, which, if you work it out, is going to cost you darn sight more than the, you know, 70 quid or whatever it was. I don't think it was even that I paid for my Microsoft Office. So, you know, I don't particularly want to have to reinstall, and then for them to say, no, you can only reinstall Office. It's bad enough that to use my email on for my what's it called, GoDaddy account, my work email, I have to pay for Office 365 on that. And I'll tell you what, it's nowhere near as good as the Office that I have at the minute, because the one I have at the minute has all the extras, has Publisher, has there's like about 6 things, you know, Access or whatever it is, and all those. And also the Microsoft 365 does everything online with the cloud, which I think is just, sorry mate, but you've got enough of my freaking data already on the cloud. I don't want to give you any more. And pay for the privilege of it as well. It's bad enough the other day. I had the shock of my life when I found out all about these loyalty cards and how basically Tesco's are the latest ones or whatever, that they with your loyalty card, yes, you might get cheaper things off of it, but they've just sold your data. And Sainsbury's, and they all do it, and you just sort of think, oh God, I mean, the internet know more about me than I know about me. Go figure. I mean, I have to say, a lot of it I don't care about. Got no money. I'm not a good shot to scam. So it's just like, jog on. Well, doing it again. I'm not putting enough in here. Oh, spot a V over here. And another. Okay, let's go back and just do it. There's another 2. That would have gone unnoticed. Right, no. There's one. God, I would have missed quite a few. I know I'm still going to miss 1, possibly 2. Oh, it's not going to be those 2. Or these 3, 4. Oh, there's some down here, and I've got to lift that cover back. No more there. Ah, there's one. And I think that might be it. But I bet you can see one, and you're probably shouting at me, it's there, look to the left a bit, to the left, up a bit, down a bit. next up, other V. And I can't see it, so I'm going to stop there and I will find it the next time, on the next way through. Now, which one am I going to do now? Oh, we're on to an hour already. Good golly. Maybe I should stop there. Yeah, I think I'll stop there. Well, being on cam any and I will see you in the next one, where we will do another spin of the dial and we'll see what one comes up. So on that note, remember that there is a part A to this, a part 1, which is probably only about, what, 5 minutes long, before my dinner got cooked and mushed. Yes, and that one I did the my Diamond Art Fund roll of the dice. So yes, so there's that. So please watch out for that one, and then this one will be following straight away after that one. So tomorrow you're going to get 2. Granted, one's a small one, but it'll have part 1 and part 2. And in the description it'll have the reasons why, and we all know the reasons why. It's because I'm crap. And it's you know, it's either my alarm's gone off and it stopped playing the recording, or it's my time management went out the window again. But either way, it's all good fun. Right, so Mr. Piggy's coming along. I've only got like filling that and then this. I might end up finishing a lot of this tonight, and then it'll just be that bit left to do. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Right, I'm going to now go and quickly take a gander at some of my, what was it, the MDZ, the Modal Zushi cartoon boys that I did and finished, the cross stitch conversion, and go and see whether I've got another tray. I think I've got another tray to kit down of that, so I shall probably do that one. But yes, so onwards and upwards, as they say. I might even add, actually, here I'm doing it again, sidetracking again. This is my head. Welcome to my world. I might even add kitting down to my list of what things to do that day. You know, which WiP should I work on? Because I've got a kitting up, and if I add a kitting down, and I suppose if I don't have any kitting downs to kit down, well then I'll just respin. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So please, if you wouldn't mind, like, commenting, subscribing and sharing. I'm determined to get to that 1,000 by the end of this year, so please help me. Please help me. Pretty please. Right, so I'll stop waffling because that's just crazy. Bye bye then. See you in the next one. Love you all.